Welcome back to local coverage as we continue here at 10:30 on WFTX. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Jane Monreal. Tonight, a story you'll only see here on Fox 4, expanding families through the internet. Southwest Florida couples are proving even a pandemic can't dash their dreams of having children, but they are getting more creative about it.
Fox 4's Rochelle Aline shows you the alternative methods that are quickly gaining steam.
Dr. Connie Alford is suiting up for a procedure of microscopic proportions.
They're mouse embryos.
She and Fred are doing a routine test of their equipment here at the IVF MD Fertility Center in Naples to make sure nothing goes wrong for their upcoming batch of human patients. And she says even in a pandemic, the patients are still coming.
We've been increasing every year steadily, but last year we were not expecting to increase. We were actually expecting to decrease, but we actually continued to increase.
Here's why she thinks that is.
Having a family is so important to people, and I actually think that when people stayed home and they were not working, or even if they were working, the virus helped really make people reprioritize things.
A study from the Guttmacher Institute seems to back that up. It shows that while the pandemic has made some hesitant to get pregnant, almost a fifth of women said it actually made them want to have a baby.
Fertility doesn't get any better with time. And so I believe right at the beginning, when people expected this to only last a month or two, and then the virus had its own plans to last a little bit longer than that.
And while some looking to expand their family are going to clinics like this one, we're also learning that some looking for a positive pregnancy test are turning to social media for help.
My body is about to start changing and I don't want to wait till it's too late.
The woman you're hearing from is named Lakeisha, and she lives right here in Southwest Florida. We've changed her voice to help hide her identity, but she tells Fox 4 she's been wanting to get pregnant again, and she and her wife needed a sperm donor.
Me and my wife, we're looking into sperm banks first. You may find some for $650, but I have never found one under $1,000. They all want $1,000 or more.
It's a price she says they couldn't afford. So a few years ago, she tried Facebook and landed on this group, Sperm Donation USA.
I did find my donor in there.
After 2 years of talking and meeting up to get to know him,
we didn't try until last year of November.
And she's not alone. The group has almost 15,000 members nationwide.
I started it because I realized that women want another alternative to a sperm bank.
That's the founder of the group, Kyle Gordy. He lives in California and says he started the group 4 years ago after working as a donor in the LGBTQ community out there for years. And he says he saw a jump in the group's numbers during the pandemic.
A lot more people, A, they have time on their hands because they're working at home. B, some people lost their jobs and they're waiting to get a new job, and their spouse is working, so they're using this time to, get pregnant.
So here's how it works. Male donors reach out and ask to be added to the group. Gordy says he and a team of admins vet them and then allow them in. Once they're in, they post their name, age, location, and some background info. Women and couples who are already in the group can then reach out if they're interested, or they can post if they're in search of a specific donor.
Anything that a sperm bank offers, we can offer more, because yes, a sperm bank offers genetic testing, STD testing, and sperm analysis, but a lot of our donors already have all this done.
Then there's getting the actual donation. Gordy says donors and recipients work out whether they want it to be shipped or dropped off in person. And what about payment? In the state of Florida, you're not allowed to pay for the actual donation. But a Miami-based lawyer who specializes in fertility law says there are other ways to offset the costs.
But you can compensate for the medical cost, if there is any, which sometimes it's nominal. You can pay for the storage and any of those expenses as well.
The lawyer, Manny Segarra, says many of his clients use known donors, but typically don't find them on social media. He adds that while Florida state law technically should protect folks from being sued for things like child support or custody in these cases, he draws up contracts just to be sure.
You're going to have the amount of times that the donation is going to occur, You're going to have the location or the clinic where it's going to, the procedure, the artificial technique is going to occur. In addition to that, you're going to have language regarding any costs associated with it. I like to have language in there that no one's going to call him dad or sperm donor or anything like that. You know, I put language in as to what they're actually going to call the sperm donor and things of that nature if they run into them.
There are contracts that they also encourage in the Sperm Donation USA group, though some of the language will vary depending on where the donor and recipient live. It's a lot of information for interested recipients to digest, but Lakeisha says the key in all of this is to take your time.
If you are a mother out there that's looking for it, do your research. There is a perfect donor out there for you. You just have to search.
That said, she says she also understands that some will see this and judge.
Some women are probably afraid or scared how somebody's going to look at them, but they can't look at that. You got to find your happiness.
But she adds that when it comes to expanding her family, even in a pandemic, this is the route that's worked best for her.
If I could have did it with the other 3 children I have, I would have did it.
In Lee County, Rochelle Aline, Fox 4.